2024 has come and gone, and what has left us is probably one of the best years in horror we've had in a very long time. Mainstream horror was pretty good for the most part, and even things that you never would dream to be mainstream found its way to the top of our list in many categories. We've had more than one brand new cult classic that's sure to be in rotation for any horror fan for years to come. Now, I didn't see everything this year, but what I did see was pretty doggone good, which made it hard to come down to just 10 films on my list for the top 10 of 2024. So, in my opinion, there is the top 10 horror films of 2024. Coming at number 10, we have Immaculate, one of the strangest, eeriest films I've seen in a long time. Way better, in my opinion, than The First Omen. It also doesn't hurt that it stars Sydney Sweeney, and who in the world wants to turn down any movie that has Sydney Sweeney in it? At number 9, it's Alien Romulus. Coming in between Alien and Aliens, I was a little hesitant going into this one because I remember some of the previous Alien films that was released. However, what we got here was a cool story, pretty isolated story, which even added to the terror of the situation. And at the end of the day, it was overall full of quality, despite a few shoddy little CGI moments. A movie that I didn't expect to like half as much as I did was Blink Twice. This is a movie that's probably best to go into it without reading a whole lot about it. But there's twists, there's turns, there's good character acting. And at the end of the day, it's probably one of the more mainstream but yet more fun films you'll find on the list. Number 7 is The Tale of a Vampire Girl Named Abigail, a movie that I thought was just going to be another run-of-the-mill Universal release, considering the fact that some of their releases this year kind of fell a little bit short, or maybe a lot short. Abigail was fun, it was bloody, and it's one of those movies that you probably don't expect to be as good as it ends up being, but it's well worth the watch. Number 6, In a Violent Nature. Hate it or love it, but it's more than not first-person point of view movie. Reminds you a whole lot of Jason Voorhees in some ways. Packs a whole bunch of punches in the gore department. Ends up being something that you'll remember, for better or worse perhaps, depending on your taste, long after it rolls. Number 5, for all you body horror fans out there, it's The Substance. Starring some actors in roles that you probably never thought you would see, this movie has all kinds of twists and turns and bloody body modifications all the way through it. This one's probably going to go down as one of the brand new cult classics of our generation, proving that the sequel doesn't always fall short of the original. Smile 2 was a whole lot more fun than the original, a lot more bloody than the original, and overall packed a whole lot better of a story, in my opinion, than the original. If they make more Smile movies after this one, hopefully they're able to keep the trend of making things bigger, better, and more entertaining, because this one was more like it. At number 3, Late Night with the Devil. I'm a sucker for found footage. I'm a sucker for a new concept. So the concept of a TV show that was lost in the 70s that's being released was one that automatically got my attention. When I got to see it, I was blown away by what I did see. You could say it seems like an extended version of a VHS segment, but I love those movies, so obviously I love this one. Number 2, Terrifier 3. Art the Clown keeps on making an impact, keeps on growing in the horror realm. Became the modern day Freddy, Jason, Michael, you name it, he's up there with them right now. And Terrifier 3 was a bloody Christmas horror film that turns the gore up a notch, makes the story make a little bit more sense, and leaves you wanting for more. What else could you want out of a slasher? And at number 1, VHS Beyond, one of my favorite franchises, keeps on rolling in the deep here with some of the most creative and most fun horror entries I've ever seen. This time around, we're in the space theme, which I at first thought was going to be a little bit lame, but I admit, after watching it now, how wrong I actually was. And VHS Beyond has turned out to be not only my favorite horror movie of the year, but it makes me want them to keep on pumping out these VHS movies because we seem to get way more hits than misses. What did I leave out? What do you not agree with? Let me know below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and tell me what was your favorite horror film of 2024.